Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans. Welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community now. Let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. Let's get to the news. The streets of Glasgow are buzzing, folks. And no, it's not just the sound of the subway rattling through Ibrox or the chippy frying up post-match. Scran, it's the talk of one name echoing through pubs, fan forums, and dodgy WhatsApp groups across Scotland. Harry Maguire. You heard that right. Word is, the big English centre-half, once Manchester United's captain and an £80 million man, is about to don the royal blue of Rangers. 3-year deal, they're saying. Now, before you start thinking it's a wind-up, let's take a wee look at the noise behind the curtain. It's not every day a player of that profile even considers the Scottish Premiership. Never mind Ibrox, but here we are. The whispers are getting louder, and as we know in football, where there's smoke, there's usually someone puffing on a big fat cigar of truth. Now let's talk about timing. Why now? Why would a player, still relatively young at 32, with Premier League offers likely still floating about, suddenly turn his gaze north of the border? Well, it's no secret that Maguire's time at Old Trafford turned from fairy tale to farce. Stripped of the captaincy, dropped, and all but cast aside by the Red Devils. A man who once led England's defense in a World Cup found himself warming benches and facing jeers instead of cheers, so perhaps this is less about a step down and more about a resurrection. Rangers offer something unique, not just European football, but a chance at legacy. You don't just play for Rangers. You wear the weight of generations. And maybe that's exactly what Harry Maguire needs right now, a rebirth in front of 50,000 diehards. Under the lights of Ibrox. From what I've been hearing, there were initial murmurs of a move to Italy, with Roma sniffing about last summer. West Ham showed interest too, but the deal never materialized. Then came Newcastle, then Saudi, but nothing concrete, and now the rumor mill has taken a sharp turn to the Clyde. What's particularly juicy is the how does a club like Rangers, constantly walking the financial tightrope, pull off a move of this scale? Well, let's not forget, they've been trimming the wage bill lately. Morelo's gone, Ken out, Tavernier possibly off. That frees up not just funds but room in the dressing room for a true leader. One source even claimed Maguire was spotted in Glasgow recently, though I'll take that with a pinch of salt till someone sends me a selfie with him outside Greg's. Let's not sugarcoat it, Maguire's reputation down south is battered. He became a punchline, but here's the thing, Scotland loves an underdog, and we love a fighter. Ask yourself how many players have come up here to revive careers and become heroes. Look at what Aaron Ramsey nearly did for Rangers in Europe. Look at Joe Hart at Celtic. A move like this wouldn't just be about defending, it'd be about redemption. Maguire, for all his mistakes, never hid. He faced the press, never threw his teammates under the bus, and never quit. That's the kind of backbone Rangers could use, especially in those gritty, rain-lashed nights away to St. Mirren or Ross County, where leadership matters as much as talent. Of course, there's the tactical side to consider. Does Maguire fit the Gers system with Clement at the helm? There's been a shift toward more composed, ball-playing center-backs. And if there's one thing Maguire still offers, it's passing out from the back. Despite what social media trolls will tell you, he's statistically solid in aerial duels and distribution. Stick him next to someone with pace, let him marshal the line, and you've got a wall no one's eager to run through. Plus, imagine the sheer size of the man. In set pieces both ends of the pitch, suddenly, corners become weapons again. Free kicks become moments of fear for the opposition. Not to mention the experience he brings to a defense that, frankly, has looked shaky on too many occasions. Now, what would this mean for Scottish football as a whole? If this deal happens, it signals something seismic. We've seen the old firm dip into big names before, but this one's different. Maguire's not a faded star. He's still an England squad member, just barely, but still. Signing a player of his stature would send a message across the league, and even to Europe. Rangers are not here to rebuild, they're here to reclaim. For fans who remember the 2008 UEFA Cup final run or the recent Europa League charge, this would feel like a bold swing at history once again. It would also light a fire under Celtic, who've largely held the upper hand in recent years. Imagine an old firm derby with Maguire at the back, Holland's cousin up front, and 90 minutes of pure chaos. Bring it on. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Let's not forget the commercial side. Maguire to Rangers wouldn't just be a footballing story, it'd be a media circus. Shirt sales would explode. Ticket demand would spike. International eyes, especially from England, would tune in more regularly. There's already talk of Sky Sports prepping feature segments if this goes through. Sponsorships, branding, even the club's UEFA coefficients, everything could rise. And for Maguire himself, it's a chance to become something he's rarely been loved, because when you play for a club like Rangers and give your all, the fans remember. And if he helps bring silverware back to Ibrox, they won't just remember, they'll sing about it. That's the kind of immortality you don't get warming benches in London or Riyadh. Still, we've got to be cautious. Rumors are just that, rumors. And while there's been strong buzz from certain corners of the football grapevine, there's been no official word from either camp. Maguire's people have been tight-lipped. Rangers have said nout, but sometimes that silence is more telling than a dozen press releases. Deals like this don't happen overnight. There's agents, image rights, salary structure, complex negotiations that can fall apart with one clause. But from what we're hearing, talks are advanced, enough to make people whisper, enough to get fans dreaming, and enough to make rivals worried that the blue half of Glasgow is gearing up for something big. And what if it all falls through? What if this ends up being just another name tossed into the rumor bin, alongside the dozens who nearly signed? Well, that's football, isn't it? A game of what-ifs and maybes. But even the idea of Harry Maguire pulling on that Rangers jersey tells you something about the club's ambition. They're not thinking small anymore. They want titles, they want Europe, they want respect, and whether it's Maguire or the next headline grabber, the message is clear: Ibrox is ready for the spotlight again. And if this move does go through, strap in, lads. The next season could be one for the history books. So until we get that official confirmation, we watch, we wait, and we wonder. But one thing's for sure, the very fact we're talking about this shows how far Rangers have come in recent years. From the depths of administration to flirting with one of England's most polarizing footballers. And maybe, just maybe, this time the rumor turns real, and Harry Maguire, the much-maligned defender with a point to prove, finds his redemption not in Manchester or Milan, but in the roaring heart of Ibrox. Watch this space, folks. Something's brewing in Glasgow, and it might just have a slab head leading the charge. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.